Bushnell. Performance is the only thing. Federal premium ammunition, surgical precision, terminal results. Savage Arms. Better come standard.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us here at Bushnell's Trigger Effect. This week we have a really cool hunt planned for you. Dean, myself, and our pro staff member Tegan Kit, we're down here in Argentina hunting with our good friend Gustavo of Patagonia Hunters.
We're going to be going after the world's largest rodent, the capybara. We're going to be going through some of the thickest jungle, thickest forests in order to chase these big rodents. But let's stop talking about it and let's get hunting. We started this adventure in the Buenos Aires province of Argentina at the beautiful La Violeta Ranch. We arrived in the evening and were greeted with a pre-dinner array and then had a beautiful meal. After a good night's sleep, we woke up to see the sheer beauty of this historic Argentina ranch. However, it was time to hit the field and see if our pro staff Tegan Kit can kick off our jungle rodent hunt by tagging the first capybara.
Oh my gosh. So we just walked by and I saw a capybara and I'm like, oh, stop. But Gustavo's like, no, we can do better. But it's hilarious. He just saw us and just goes, "Mah," jumps in the water. It's not proper for them to hunt. Oh my gosh, I just got my first capybara down here in Argentina with Super G! Gustavo got us on this capybara. We passed on one because he said it was too small, and literally within like 3 minutes, we got a bigger one. So super pumped, super jacked, one down here in Argentina. Well, Gustavo, thank you so much for getting me on to my first capybara. Down here in Argentina, we're here with Patagonia Hunters, our good friend Gustavo. He's been with us for the last week, and this is just a total treat.
Yeah, it was nice because it's an amazing landscape, you know. When you can hunt in a place like this, you really enjoy it.
Yes, it's truly a very special moment for me. So thank you so much.
Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you.
After harvesting Tegan's capybara, we were treated to a traditional lakeside gaucho barbecue lunch. I know you've heard Dean and I say this over and over, but it's true. Argentina has the best open fire barbecues in the world.
Eating gaucho style in Argentina using my tops knives for something other than cleaning animals and skinning and caping.
This segment is brought to you by Westside Stores, your outdoor sports authority, and Safari Club International Canada, first for hunters.
We now headed to the subtropical Corianis province of Argentina to further pursue the capybara. We soon arrive at our new camp, Axi Sauce, and Kent is first up to bat.
Well, we're going to head out for an afternoon hunt. I think Gustavo's got us lined up to go do some capybara hunting this evening. The rain has avoided us for right now, but we do hear thunder off in the distance. So hopefully we'll be dry. Hope we'll find some capybara. We'll have a great day here in Argentina. As we headed out to hunt my capybara, I had no idea what to expect. This is a species that only exists right here in Argentina. We left the vehicle as it was about 2 to 3 kilometer hike to get to the capybara habitat. However, the curiosity in me was too much, so I decided to ask Gustavo what was the game plan. So Gustavo, what are we doing this afternoon?
This afternoon we will try a capybara. We will walk through this deep bush and we will try to find a better way to get to a lagoon. You know?
Oh, okay, you've got a lagoon back here?
Yeah.
The capybaras, they like
Yeah,
water.
in the mud, you know?
In the mud, yeah. Well, it's the largest rodent in the world, the capybara.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty excited about seeing one of these things, so.
We'll try to get it.
All right, well, let's go. I could see the dense subtropical jungle ahead of me, and as if on cue, I started to see sign of capybara.
Sometimes it's very difficult to see them because they are laying down in a small holes with mud.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can walk and they are laying down maybe 5 meters to you, and you can see them.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, we're getting close to the lagoon. We just crossed a little muddy creek bottom. We bumped some capybara. Our one guide started calling them, whistling at them. They answered back. We're gonna get out to the edge of the lagoon. Hopefully we'll catch them out in the open. Due to the thick vegetation, my cameraman could not get a clear focus quickly enough on the front capybara. Then all of a sudden our guide Pato spotted a big male to our immediate left. That's pretty cool. Got me a capybara. They're everywhere in here. Come here, Gustavo.
You got a big one.
That's a big one?
For you.
Right on. Yeah, he was right there. We were looking at another one. That was amazing. Good job. Put him down.
It's a
Hunch.
rough hunting, you know.
Oh yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. You can hear them calling back and forth to each other. That's good. Good job, buddy. Thank you.
Good for you. I'm happy for you.
Being both a hunter and a biologist, I was excited on a few different fronts when approaching my capybara. Wow, that's awesome, guys. Look at that, big male. They've got this big, is that a scent gland on their snout?
Yeah.
That is a big, big capybara. Thank you so much. That is really
Congratulations,
cool.
my friend.
That's really cool. Walking down to the lagoon here through the trees. Look at the teeth on this guy. My goodness. Wow, those are big chompers. They're bigger than I thought.
Oh yeah, and it's a big male.
It's a big male.
It's a big male.
That's awesome. Well, we were looking at that one, and Pato says, and he's pointing over here. Saw this guy standing there and threaded it through. I mean, it was a tight shot through the trees. That's awesome. Very good. Man, that is a big head on that guy. What would an animal like that weigh?
55, 60 kilos. This
Oh,
one.
that's awesome. Very good. I'm very happy. Largest rodent in the world, capybara. Got my first one here in Argentina. Thank you, Gustavo.
You're very welcome.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Well, it's cleared up. We just had a really bad weather system go through over the last 2 days. And we're going to be heading after, the target species is going to be capybara, but in this area here, we also have axis deer and hog. And, you know, when the hunting is tough in this closed cover, you take advantage of every opportunity you can get. So we're going for capybara, but who knows, this may turn into a axis hunt or a wild boar hunt, but we're going to grab the gun and we're heading off. Well, Kent, here we are hunting capybara in beautiful Argentina. And usually when most people think of capybara, they think of either wetland or riparian zone type habitats.
That's right, Dean. And they also use another crucial habitat, and that's grassland habitat. That's where they do most of their forage base, is out in the grasslands.
No, that's right. And you know what? Grasslands are really complex. Sounds like a great conservation connection topic.
Sure does.
Grassland is a position on the landscape that contains obviously grasses, sedges, forbs, and shrubs, and is limited by precipitation, erratic and low precipitation levels. Soils will change and differentiate relative to these climatic changes, and we have a number of different types of grasslands throughout Canada.
When talking about grassland habitats, we're not talking about basically any land that has a grass type species on it. We're talking about indigenous grasslands, the original grasslands that were here when Europeans arrived. So for instance, in the Okanagan, we have blue bunch grasslands. In the prairies, we have prairie grasslands. However, someone's lawn or agricultural fields do not classify as grasslands.
What are the ecological functions that these grasslands serve? Well, first and foremost, in terms of wildlife habitat, some of it's critical habitat for species at risk. And these wildlife species are really dominated by this type of habitat, and without it, we could lose those wildlife species.
You hear Dean and I talk about grassland and grassland habitat a lot. Now, what we're talking about is not only the flora, which is the plant species, we're also talking about the fauna, which is the animal species and those animals that use the grasslands. Now, for example, the capybara uses the grasslands for foraging. Plus, it also uses wetlands and riparian zones. But some species, they only live and die in grasslands. Now, that makes it very important for those species. A prime example is the burrowing owl. In Canada, the burrowing owl is actually on the endangered species list. Down here in Argentina, there's an abundance of burrowing owls, and that is due, in fact, to having intact wild native grassland habitat.
Water quality, it's an excellent filter. It's a tube filtering process with your riparian zone in the uplands that capture, store that water, and release it slowly to the riparian zone. In terms of soil stabilization, our grasslands will provide that cover there that'll allow for the protection and the holding of that soil in place. There are many other ecological functions, but in terms of wildlife, that's where we probably leave it.
Well,
we've arrived on location. We have about a 2-kilometer hike back in, and what we're doing is we're hunting a riparian zone along a river system here, and that tends to be where these capybara hang out. They're very much an aquatic creature, so we got a little bit of miles to put onto the feet, but I'm really excited about going after these. I mean, this is something that I guess the closest thing we'd have is a beaver, but not really. Anyways, we're gonna get going.
This segment is brought to you by Gold Tip. Start tough, stay true. Taxidermy services provided by Hunters Union and Ray Wiens Taxidermy. And thanks to these other fine sponsors.
All I gotta say is when I left home, it was -20. It is now about 26 with a humidity of about 200. I am a hot mess right now. So we're hunting capybara, and all of a sudden Pato spotted an axis deer. I can't tell what it is. I can't see it from where I'm. It's so thick in here. So we're just gonna hold tight a little bit and see what happens. So we stood here for a while. There was actually a group of capybara with the female axis. We watched for quite a while. It looks like it's only a female axis, so the plan is now to go after the capybara. So we're gonna keep heading on.
It didn't take us long to catch up to the group of capybara that were in the same area as the female axis deer we had encountered. However, seeing them is one thing, and getting a clean shot at them is another.
I'm on him. I've got no shot. It's 8 inches. Move this way. Let me tell you, hunting these capybara, this is thick in here. And half the problem is not finding them, but getting a clear shot. I mean, even that, I was feathering it through a ton of branches. I didn't want to take shots where I could deflect a bullet and wound it, but that was a good solid window. Actually, Kent was the one that found it for me. I was over about 6 inches, like, Dino, get over here. So, wow, we got it done. And I am sweating. It is hot here. Thank you, Gustavo. Pato. Congratulations. Oh, that was incredible.
Well, here you go, folks. This is my first ever seen and first ever harvested capybara down here in Argentina with Patagonia Hunters. Gustavo, I mean, this is such a unique hunt.
Oh yeah. Yes, it is. Because you can do it only here, only in this region, you know?
Well,
so
and look at this. I mean,
look at this. It's truly hard.
It's a jungle, literally. You know, it was funny. We got up on these and you could see them snaking through, but there was no shots.
No, too many branches, you know. You need to do the perfect shot.
Yeah.
And you did it.
Well, thank you. I mean, it was frustrating. What people didn't see, which is really funny, is I forgot to turn the safety off.
Yeah.
And Gustavo was just about to tell me, Dino, your safety's on, but I did the old, trigger jerk, and then I got the safety off, but got the job done.
Okay, got the job. And congratulations.
Thank you again, my friend. That's awesome. Well, we got waning light here, so we got a long walk out. So let's pack up, get this thing, and head back to the truck.
Yeah, we'll tell you, we have a long way back.
Yeah.
But, well, let's go for an axis later.
Yeah, for
Okay?
sure. Well, I'll let you lead because a Canadian boy in a jungle is totally out of his game.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Okay, let's go
Okay,
then.
let's go.
Well, Kent, what an absolutely amazing experience. And I'll tell you, I really didn't know what to expect coming into this. I mean, they're such a unique species. They're only found here. And I'd really like to throw out a huge congratulations to Tegan. She got a fantastic capybara. I was incredibly happy with mine. I mean, just, I think I learned more about capybara on this hunt than I have my whole life watching Discovery Channel.
Yeah, you bet. And I mean, I got a great one as well. It was so much fun hunting them in their habitat, which is so unusual for what we usually hunt.
Yeah.
It was dark and dank and wet, and it was just a lot of fun. And we got to throw out a huge thanks to Gustavo and all his crew, Patagonia Hunters. I mean, they put on a great show. It is just an absolute blast hunting with them down here in Argentina. We also want to thank you, the viewers, and especially our sponsors, because without them, this show wouldn't happen. So make sure you join us next week for more Bushnell's Trigger Effect.